Ah, there I am. Why does it take so long to pop in? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Starbase Sagan. I am your host, Professor Lynx. I appreciate you being here today. I have some good and not so good news. I have a lot of stuff I want to cover before we get to the game. Hang on. Hang on. I am... It's not where I want it. It's not where I expected it. It's missing. It's missing. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I have some good news. I have a few bits of good news. And some bad news that I do want to cover. The first good news is I am now on YouTube. So I've begun, just to get used to how the system works. News now. All right. So I'm now on YouTube. Right now I'm just catching up on the VODs. I have to learn how to make content. Figures. I have to learn how to cut content, which is obviously a very, very, very difficult thing for somebody who does not have video editing experience. And I don't really know how to cut my content, which is like, I don't know how you cut a stream. I've seen people do it. I just don't know how it's done to effect, you know? So anyway, there it is. There I am. It's in the links. If you go to my Linktree, it's there. There is also a link to TikTok. Nothing there yet. That I'm going to be looking to maybe a little bit more than YouTube long form content. For now, I just want to get all my VODs posted and see what I feel like after that. But for now, VODs, there they are. This is as it says, this was the Titanfall. This was the Destiny 2 Lightfall Legendary Campaign Part Uno. Yeah, so that's happening. You have a subscriber? I do have a subscriber. Who the heck could that be? I have 2 subscribers. Look at this. I'm blowing up, fam. I'm going viral. So far, 2 subs. Look at that. I haven't really like put it out there much, but there VODs that didn't get eaten. Don't remind me. That hurts so much to this day, because I swear I was in this weird hyperactive lucid state going through that. I was messed up, and I don't know how to recreate that. It was just so good. I had people coming up to me talking about how the elevator bit that I did was funny. I don't remember it. I barely remember it. I came up with it 5 minutes before, and everything after that, I was in a fugue state. Okay? Infinite? That's not how you spell infinite, bro. Infinite growth. Yes. Infinite growth. So that, yeah, so I'm still very, very cheesed off at that. I don't know if it was something that I did that to Twitch, because the settings are all correct, or if I don't know. I'm going to say user error because it's always user error, but I have no idea what I did. I have no idea what happened. It's just gone, and I really, really hate. And by the way, I actually looked up the numbers. Essentially, for me to hit stream and subscribe, for me to be using both, it's 2x the CPU draw. That's a lot. That is a lot. I have a fairly beefy CPU. I have a 5700X right now. Sorry, 3700X. It's a 3700X. It is not the newest, but yeah. It is being very well fed by very fast 32 gigs of RAM, running at 3600 megahertz. I think I remember something like that. It's big. It's like I have a lot, but you can already see my system chugging along. Just with like vtubing is a resource rich, starved endeavor, and not just my CPU but my wallet. But yeah, there it is. English is my first language. Give me a break. Well, my condolences. But yeah, so there's that. The other thing, I am 100% sure that I got the sound alerts working, that I can hear them now. I think I did it, fam. I think I figured it out. You want to give it a shot? I'll tell you what, actually, the one thing I couldn't test was the talk to text. Would you mind popping that? Would you mind doing something using the talk to text? I'd really appreciate it. I'd very much appreciate that. Quacks. I can hear the quacks. I can hear the quacks. Give me something in the actually, while you're doing that, I will ask, is 9,000 points too much?
This isn't working.
I heard that. It was doubled up, which is weird. It was echoed. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that way or if I have something set up wrong. But it's set up the same way as everything else. Or am I hearing it twice for some reason? Interesting. Anyway, there it is. Yeah. That it is an improvement. Yes, it is. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, happy that's done. I can work on other things now. Plenty of stuff to work on. I still need to get a bunch of art done. I still need to get a bunch. I need to get emotes for the subs. That's important. That's an important thing. Yeah, I need to.
I don't think 9K is too much, but then I have 90 to start with.
Yeah, that's oddly echoing. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, there it is. Actually, you know what? I think I know exactly what it is. I think I have it set to monitor and output. I think that was it. Yeah. 9K isn't too... yeah, but... I still have to work on training these facial animations. They're still all over the place. But yeah. There's that. And what else? Yeah, so there's lots to do. I still have to get more of the charity stuff lined up. So it's gotta populate all up here, you know. I need to get that all set up. They're actually working on that. The Create for Sick Kids org is actually working on that right now. And they managed to get some stuff out of Stream Elements recently, so I've got to set that up. What else? Oh, okay. The not so great news, but something I want to just like work peon voice work. Yeah, exactly. Work. Okay, I'm gonna lower that for a sec. Actually, we're gonna cut that music for a second because this is actually kind of not happy news. Okay, so one of my favorite artists in anime, someone who's worked on a lot of a lot of series that mean a great deal to me passed away recently. Takahiro Kimura. I was a big fan of their work. Code Geass was really huge for me at a difficult time in my life. It had me engaged. It helped me forget some pretty dark shit that was happening around me. Gao Gaigar, King of Braves, is just it's one of, if not the favorite mecha series of my, if not anime series total. It's being remastered right now. I am super hyped for that. I don't know if we're allowed to watch that shit on stream, but we or in the Discord, we might. I don't know. It's supposed to be coming out near the end of the year. We may actually do that as like a movie night sort of thing. So excited for that. But they worked on Hathaway. There was a bunch of stuff, but really sad to see this person go. Their work means so much to me, and it's a huge loss. It is an enormous loss. Yeah. So that was painful this morning when I read that. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep their works in our hearts, and we're going to maybe down the line we're going to actually enjoy some of it together. I think honestly, given their passing, I think it's all the more important that we do that. Yeah. So okay, let's. What do you say we get to the game, eh? Let's see. Oh my god, let me get that going. I still need to train this thing more. Oh yeah. While this is booting up. This is actually going to be a bit of a shorter stream. I got a little bit of. I have to get some stuff done. Whoops. Hang on. Why is that? That's a weird. Yeah, okay. That's fine. It's going to be a shorter stream. I kind of want to end it around 10. Only because I need to get some stuff done before the handler gets back. So we're just gonna crack on and see where we're at around the 10 hour mark, the 10 p.m. mark. Okay, so what are we doing? We've just rested, so our stress is 0. Oh, hi, Solana. Marzipan looks bored. My dad's made me come out here to get some fresh air. Don't know what's so fresh about it. It's always full of acid snow or pollen or water, and I don't know which is worse. Okay, so I can't really. So one thing that is that it? You find a hefty red Xeno egg. I click on. I did not realize you could click on things like that, but okay. So if there's nothing for like. Anemone holds her stomach as you approach. Does the air here make you feel hungry all the time, or is it just me? She wonders. I feel like I could eat a whole one of those mushroom trees. Just, She mimes shoving a whole giant mushroom in her mouth. Here, I got something for you. Should I give her the egg? I'm gonna hang on to the egg. But we are gonna do some stuff. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and med bay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of the wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard, Solana. Register for engineering classes. How are we for stats? Where are our stats? We don't know what our stats are. Our stats are hidden in this. Oh, here we go. What do we want to... What do we... And just Xeno eggs never has side effects? No, absolutely. We got a little bit of toughness. Register for engineering classes. I like engineering. Using Congruence's HoloNet scheduling system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating the confusing interface, but manage to add your name to the list of drop-in students. You're now eligible to join Tangent and some of the older students in engineering classes. Unlocks study engineering and engineering done. Nice. I'm bored. This is boring. I'm not giving her the egg either. I'm hanging on to the egg. I don't know who I want to give the egg to. Wait, who's the study ward? You know what? She's the study one. She's the studiest one. What if I gave her the egg? Tard shrugs. You should probably just keep it. I don't even know what I'd do with it. Aw, I thought study it. Begins humming the surveyor's hymn. When you insist, she shrugs again. Sure, maybe I'll find a use for it. Well, okay, that wasn't what I wanted, but that's okay. Oh, okay. Study life sciences. Study engineering. Let's study engineering. Let's do that. Professor Howell rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet classes, then engineering must be the dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. We'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises her hand. Will we also learn about nuclear engineering? She asks. Professor Hal nods. Yes, at a beginner level. We'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine rooms to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Harder challenges. Looking for more difficulty. This harder card challenges option will keep you on your toes. Want to focus on the story? This will replace future minigames with a quick coin flip based on your age and skills. I think that's fine. I think we're good. Did we make it? I guess we didn't. Interesting. "7 years old doing nuclear engineering seems like a good idea." Or did more time pass between Chargan and now? I mean, I think no. I think we're still we're still age 10. Push through. I can just push through, but I take on 10 stress. That was hard. That was hard. You wake up from an afternoon nap. You squint into the pink-tinged light slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Tammy's shadow falls across your nest of pillows. "Oh, I'm sorry, Solana," she says, giggling. "I didn't mean to wake you up. It's just so nice outside. with pollen sparkling in the sunlight. I want to open the windows. I wanted to open the windows. You rub your eyes blearily. Ugh. You are having the weirdest dream. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Sedent. Auntie Sedent? Sedent? Auntie Sedent is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the crèche first. Then I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Oh, should have given her the egg. Tammy skips off towards the crèche, humming to herself. Go get that free candy. In the cafeteria, Auntie Sedent is cheerfully handing out masses of pink candy, puffy and soft like clouds. Oh, Solana, she says, handing you a wand with some candy spun around the end. Here, try some of this. We used to have it on Earth. You pull off a piece and give it a taste. It's so sweet at first that your mouth puckers. You've never tasted anything so sweet and so real. It's not at all like the soy sweets and that the kitchen nano printer can make. It melts in your mouth, leaving a gritty residue on your tongue. Pink candy. It's made out of cotton, indeed. You wait until everyone is gone, but Tammy never shows up. You look down at the cotton candy in your hand. It's wilted a little from the humidity, but it's kind of pink like her hair, you think. Pale pink and so soft. You keep some to give her later. You're relaxing in your family's quarters after dinner. Your mom had to run off to some kind of council business, so you and your dad are playing a holo game together. When you're just about ready to head off to bed, your mom returns. You can tell from the defeated slant of her shoulders that something has gone terribly wrong. Your dad starts to ask her what happened, but she waves him away and approaches you. I was confused by the candy made of cotton. Yeah, me too. I'm like, cotton? When? Who? What? And then, yeah, cotton candy. Okay. She sits down and takes your hand, holding it between her two strong, dirt-creased ones. Solana, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, she starts. Her mouth quivers as she swallows, working on her next words. There was an accident this afternoon in the crèche. Your classmate, Tammy, has died. You try to understand her words. Tammy? Dead? That's not possible. You suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to give Tammy. Pink and fluffy. Just like her hair. You put your hand in your pocket to get it, but what comes out is a sticky, dark red lump of hard goo. You stare at it, your mind blank. Ask what happened. Your mom tells you, as simply as possible, that Tammy was killed by an electrical shock from a broken holo projector. It was just an accident. You press her for more, for an explanation. A little girl is dead, someone you've grown up with, someone so much like you. She wasn't sick or anything. You just saw her this morning. She was right there. Why? Your mom's eyes are sad when she tells you. Sometimes there's just no reason why. You aren't used to dealing with death, and you don't know what you're supposed to say or do. You sort of mumble, okay, then get changed and crawl into bed, a full hour before your bedtime. You try to fall asleep, but you toss and turn for hours. You eventually drift off to fitful dreams of that small, sticky red lump of cotton candy. So a month has passed. Tang is pacing around in front of engineering. She looks upset. Shouldn't have happened, she says. Tammy's... What? What happened to Tammy? Shouldn't have been possible. There was no reason for that holo projector to break. Professor Hal said it was recently serviced, and nothing was wrong with it before it just... She gestured angrily. Just blew up for no reason. Nobody would have wanted to hurt her, so why? How? It doesn't add up. Sorry, Solana. I want to think about this some more. I hate it when I can't find the answer. Mars is staring into space, looking somber. She doesn't even notice as you come up beside her and barely reacts when you say hello. I'm thinking about Tammy, she says quietly. She used to sit down she used to sit down the hill there, in the spot in the sun, every morning. She'd just sit there for hours in the sun, doing nothing, just being happy. You stared down the hill to the spot near the entrance to the quarters. You can imagine her there, working on some little craft project, humming to herself. She was so nice to everybody. And now she's dead, Mars says, making a face. How's that for fair? Of all the people, how come it had to be my friend? You don't have to answer. You don't have an answer. You never heard Mars call Tammy her friend before, but of course she was. Tammy was everyone's scared little sister, even though she was older than most of you. Mars clicks her tongue. Oh yeah, Administrator Seek is looking for you. I guess they need someone to do delivery jobs. She waved vaguely at the door behind her, distracted by her thoughts. Let's see what else is going on. Oh. Cal is sitting... Oh, Cal's having a hard time. I can see how this ends up in that list of content warnings. Yeah. Yeah, totally reasonable response to a friend's death. Yeah. Cal is sitting in your mom's flower garden with his face in his hands. He's clearly been crying all morning, and probably all of yesterday too. He and Tammy were really close. Whenever you guys used to play house in the crèche, Tammy was always the mommy and Cal was the daddy. Even though you were just little kids, you kind of always giggled about how obviously they were going to be together forever. Like a princess and a knight. I miss her too. Me too, he sniffs, looking up at you. You can see how puffy and red his eyes are. Me really, really too. Tammy always liked these flowers, he mumbles. Sometimes I'd pick some for her. He runs his hands over the pretty white flowers. Don't tell your mom, okay? Tears well up and slowly leak out of his eyes. He doesn't even blink, just stares at the flowers as the tears run down his cheeks. You decide to give him some space. Command is a warren of long hallways with doors off to tiny, nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to something important. The end of one hallway opens into a supply depot, which works as both requisitions office and general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth, now being gradually unpacked and distributed. Apply to deliver supplies. Ooh. Chief Administrator Seek greets you at the depot. They look you up and down. Solana. You never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize this was going to be a job interview. I can carry a lot. I cannot. But I am organized. Cleaning your room once in a while isn't the same thing, Seek sneers. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. You've got the job. For now, anyway. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their holopalm. Come back in a few minutes, and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. Should I pop back in? I guess so. We're delivering supplies. All right. Oh, I only need to get one. Okay. Nope. Oh no, the goal was 12. We did it. We did it. +1 friendship with Mars, too. The colony is going to hold a funeral for Tammy. Do you want to attend? If you don't feel up to it, you could just skip it and take the month off instead. Or you could get back to work. Tammy who? Oof. Yes, I'll attend. Yeah, I'll attend. The colonists gather in the recycling room. Bringing organics down to be recycled here is one of your chores, but you've only come here for a funeral twice. Both times, a colonist had passed away from natural causes during the 20-year-long journey from Earth. This is the first time there's been a funeral on Vertunma, and the first time for someone you actually knew. Winner! Genyo! The mouth of the organics recycler has been polished, and a wreath of yellow flowers placed over the opening. Inside, you can see a shrouded figure, Tammy's small, fragile body. Tammy's dad, Uncle Tonin, is here, as well as your parents and Auntie Sedent, and the rest of the council. Cal is here with his mom and her partners, already crying in their arms. The room is packed with people, and the feeling of grief is so thick you can taste it in your mouth. Governor Udicott, I think that's how we say it, Udicott? Governor Udicott stands before the assembled crowd. There are no words to ease the pain we feel today, she begins solemnly. There is only the sad company of those of us left behind to share the burden of that grief. Tammy was our child, she continues. One of the first humans to be born in space, and the first to die on an alien planet. In her short life, she exemplified the very arc of human accomplishment, bending hopefully towards a life beyond our humble Earth. She is the first of us who can truly call Vertunma home. Her passing was as senseless as it was sudden. Losses like this are impossible to hold within oneself. A painful reminder that life is impossibly precious and fragile. But they also remind us, as always, that as a community we are capable of great strength. Udicott closes the door to the recycler. You hear Uncle Tobin sob over the hum of the particle disintegrators beginning their work. As a community, we remember Tammy. As a community, we return her body to the soil that nourishes us. In this way, Tammy, our child from the stars, will never truly be lost to us. Hey, how's it going? We're doing sad things. The ceremony is adjourned, but a few people stay back to console Uncle Tonin and yeah. A little girl, a friend of ours, died, and now we're grieving. We're grieving. The ceremony is adjourned, but a few people stay back to console Uncle Tonin as he keeps vigil over the recycler. Cal and Uncle Tonin hold each other and weep openly. Your mom stays behind to receive Tammy's remains. As the head of geoponics, she'll be responsible for adding them to the colony's precious supply of brown soil from Earth. Your dad accompanies you out of the recycling room. He clears his throat. I want you to know that you don't need to be okay, he says, clasping his warm hand on your shoulder. If you want to take the rest of the month off, everyone's going to understand. I'll take the rest of the month off, I think. My stress is already at 85. Month passed. Minus 50 stress. Good. The prospect of just going back to school like everything's normal is just too much to handle. You end up spending the whole month alternating between sleeping, scrolling the HoloNet, and staring into space. It's restful, at least, and everyone gives you the time you need to process Tammy's death. Okay. talk to Dad. Dusk is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the unusually lush Vertunman jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm, and you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertunman dirt this week. Sure, that sounds neat. He shows you around the rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly, but not what you'd expected. But your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Vertunmalia? Is that sort of like Saturnalia? Because there's no slaves. Dawn always comes too early for my liking. Here. Absolutely. Hang on for a second. Oh. Having my shake. Veggie shake. I feel better, actually. I've been having this veggie shake for a while. It's actually making me feel a little bit better. I think my vegetable intake has always been pretty bad. So, having a shake, it's mostly kale. It's kale powder and water, mostly. Nothing crazy. I've considered that AG1 stuff, but I know how, like, multivitamin marketing goes. A lot of it's bullshit. Anyway. So, what was I saying? Right. Vertunmalia. The Vertunmalia festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Solana. Oh God. Yeah, sure, Dad. Thanks. Zip. Solana, Tangent says, approaching you with a purpose. We need to discuss my brother. Who, this? Yes, this, she says impatiently. I need you to figure out where he's been disappearing. Ever since we landed, I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night sometimes, and she trails off and looks at her feet. Well, I'm not on very good terms with my brother of late, but people are becoming worried. You get the feeling Tang is the one who's worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. I'll talk to him. He probably won't tell you, Tangent says angrily. Newton's apple, she said. She swears. Newton's apple. Consarn it. Newton's apple. He won't even talk to me anymore. She sighs. You may have to follow him. I would, but everyone in the lab would know I was gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Okay, let's go find Dis. Here's Dis. You tell Dis that her sister Tangent wants to know where he's been disappearing off to. Narc! I'm a narc! Ah! I'm a narc! Okay. Look at this face. I am Jack's total lack of surprise. Oh, boy. At least sneaky spy? Yes. Least sneaky spy. Is my mouth tracking off? I can't tell sometimes. Anyway. His eyes briefly flit. His eyes flit briefly to yours. Then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing, where his sister was reading on her holopalm between classes. He doesn't say anything. She's worried about you. I think it's fine on timing, as long as it's working. Not off. Like not off as in like off timing. Like off as in not working. Anyway, she doesn't care about me. He says sullenly. Tangent's just worried she'll get in trouble if I don't come home one day. He scowls and picks at the hem of his sweater. How are you wearing a sweater when it's like super hot, dude? She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. You better tell me or else. That's it. That's how a 10-year-old sounds. This looks down at a patch of bobblebuds sprouting. Down at a patch of bobblebuds sprouting from a crack in the wall. He squirms. I don't have to tell you, he says quietly. Just leave me alone. Okay. There's probably something to unlock here, actually, because all the other things we've unlocked something. Play sports ball. Do I want to play sports ball? Let's play some sports ball. I don't have any I have a little bit of toughness, but nothing else. A small team led by Security Chief Rhett was enough to keep the peace on the stratospheric. To stay busy, they also ran the exercise gym and sports ball courts. Sports ball! Here on Vertunma, the garrison has expanded fast. They're building a huge wall around the colony and have an outer firing range and a big covered dojo. And best of all, a regulation-sized sports ball court. Anemone meets you on the court. She's bouncing from one leg to the other in excitement. My brother Calm is organizing the youth team, she tells you. That AO? Hi, Calm. Holy. What's with this half-elf looking? Holy shit, dude. Yo, what? Okay. This is the Disney dynamic. Like copper-headed little shit has the insanely, what's it called? There was a Harry Potter term for this. For when somebody grows up and they get ridiculously hot. There's a term for this. I forget what it is. But this is it. This is it right here. It was the Hufflepuff kid who glow up. No, it's not a glow. No, there's a term. Anyway, it's a glow up. A glow up is like a temporary thing. It's like when you grow, like, jeez. All right, anyway. I'm drooling. I don't know. It's fine. Kombucha. Are you kidding me? His name's Kombucha. His name's Kombucha. Are you kidding me? Okay. Little on the nose, aren't we? Kombucha. Alright. I don't even have to explain that joke. That's funny. Okay. Kombucha offers you a high five and greeting, then tosses a sports ball your way. That's a soccer ball. Let's start with a practice game. There is an aesthetic they're going for, isn't there? Seriously. Someone like that has a bit of a weird cape that may or may not be like a sweater, because it looks like it has a sleeve. The hair, the ear, the earring. This is big twink energy. Kombucha. All right. Let's have a practice game to see what you're good at. You and Anemone are team captains. Pick your team. Oh, shit. And the shorts. Okay. Bit much now. Calm will fill in to even up the teams, but he promises to go easy on the other side. I would hope so. You're twice our size. Okay, who do I want? I want Kombucha. Calm is clearly the best choice. He's 5 years older than any of you. You definitely win with him on your forward. Yeah. Anemone chooses Mars. Yeah. I would have chosen Anemone had that been an option. It's kind of weird that I get to choose Kombucha, but whatever. Anemone chose Mars. She takes her position as striker with an eager look on her face. Your next choice? Cal. I wanted Cal anyway. Mind if I play goalie? My man. Goalies are cool. Goalies are cool. Sports ball is fun, but it feels mean to score against the other team. You face off 3-on-3. Toughness challenge. Better be easy. 18? Story challenges have 3 rounds instead of 1. After every round, you keep the cards you didn't play and unlock an extra slot to play them in. Losing isn't always a bad thing in story challenges. Interesting. So, okay, round 1. This is round 1. I'm not gonna make it. Okay. Did we win? We won. We did it. We did it! No skill changes? What the F? You play net stop. Net stop? Okay. What is this game? Net stop. Com could probably run the entire field himself. So there's running. And a soccer-sized ball. I'm going to figure this out. He's such a marshmallow. I was goalie when I was a kid. I couldn't run, obviously. The reason I couldn't run was because I had hip issues. And they would have been far, far worse had I not had wonderful treatment at Sick Kids. And we're raising money for Sick Kids. All you have to do, I match all subs and donos. Or you can or you can type in charity into the chat like I just did and go to the Tiltify and do the thing. And I will match that too. I gotta work on that. That was a 3 out of 10, I think. That yeah. It wasn't that good. 3 out of 10. Okay, you play net stop. Com could probably run the entire field himself, but each time he gets the ball, he passes it off to someone else on the team. Good Big Brother energy. That was incredible. Don't even. I've been watching Hasanabi do his like when he cuts away for an ad break. He's trying to do these these little, like, he links it into whatever he's talking about. Sometimes it's really, really bad. Even as a bot that, like, people type in like a number out of 10 and he gets, like, the bot reports back with an aggregate. So he's like, now he's gamified it. It's really great. Anyway, but yeah. Cal makes an amazing jump save. I'm still thinking this is soccer. But is winded when the ball hits him in the chest. Ooh, yeah, that's going to hurt. 5 kudos, and I gained a memory. Play sports ball. Nice. Look at this. That's a... Okay. The score is tied, with Anemone and Mars aggressively keeping the ball in your zone. Kombucha manages to intercept it and punts it to you. Bam! You score the match point with a rad spike. A spike? Is this like... rugby? Anyway. No way it's rugby. You score the match point with a rad spike all the way from the net line. Because there's a net. There's no nets in... Alright. We're doing okay for stress. It's time for the Virtunalia. Vertunalia. The Vertunalia. Erdicott and the council have called a festival to celebrate life here on the planet Vertunma. Everyone gathers in the colony square to hear Governor Erdicott's speech. In Earth's history... Let me try doing a voice. In Earth's history... Erdicott began and then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. In Earth's history, Vertunma was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebears of the Vertunma project chose to take on such an auspicious name, in the hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue this tradition of Vertunalia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Vertunma, this lush planet which we find ourselves today. Clap. Clap! Yay. 5% loyalty. Oh yeah, my rebellion. Alright, fine. I want to be a rebel. F the system. There's money. This is capitalism. This is no good. No, this is fine. This is fine. Everyone cheers and applauds. The members of the council all get up on stage, one at a time, to give their own short speeches. Governor Erdicott announces each one. Governor Erdicott, command. Chief Administrator Seek, command. Security Chief Rhett, garrison. Chief Engineer Instance, engineering. Chief Cultivator Flulu, geoponics. Chief Steward Antecedent. Quarters. Chief Surveyor Melatonin. Expeditions. When it's your mother, Flulu's turn, she announces that tonight you will be eating some of the very first crops grown from Vertunman's soil. Your eyes go to the feast table. Aboard the Stratosphere, it would have been mostly soy-based foods from the nanoprinters, spiced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in the small growing bays. This year, the Earth plants look even less robust than usual, but they're supplemented by some Vertunman plants you've come to appreciate. Juicy Watato pods and slabs of edible fungi. Slabs of edible fungi sound great, actually, because depending on the consistency of that fungi, like, it could be like steak. It could really it could. Erdicott takes the stage after everyone on the council has said their piece. What is a festival without festivities? She asks. Professor Hal and Security Chief Rhett have organized a 3-part competition for the kids. Good luck, children. Which one will you join? Bot wrestling, science fair. I can't get into the talent show because I'm not creative enough. All right. Shelf fungus with black pepper and a meat sauce. There you go. Honestly, like, mushroom stalks can be very, very meaty. Really, like, kind of, like, if you can do, I don't, like, obviously they're not genetically engineering the stuff. This is just stuff they can grow and cultivate, right? That's like Vertunman local, local to the biome. But, like, you could, like, realistically, we could do some crazy stuff with fungi. People talk about life on a spaceship. It's all soy and this and that and the other thing. No, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what we can do. Anyway, we're entering the science fair because I think that's our better stat than bot wrestling. Competitions are dumb. Puh. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, fine. Tangent competes, of course, entering her study of the ship's hydro-recycling system. It was previously used to make urine drinkable. Of course, it has to be. But she offers that it could now be turned to new uses. Despite how many times she says the word pee, it's still boring. But she put a lot of effort into it. Okay. Your turn to go next. Your turn to go next. The judges are all very interested in what you're bringing to compete against Tangent. Present your project. Wonder what my project will be. Ooh, oh, so there's 3 rounds. Okay. That's fine. Let's bang out some. Look at that. The goal, I have to make 36. Who do you think you go up against in the science fair? That's true. That's true. Oh, can I make 24? Oh, that's going to be rough. Nope. I can't push through. I can't. I don't have enough stress. Damn it. Give up. Defeated. That would have been a lot. +2. Yeah, I'll take that. Tangent wins. She accepts her prize with grace, having expected nothing less. Yeah. Your baking soda volcano. Oh! Okay. I enter. She has a full breakdown of our bioreclamation system and how it can be retrofitted for new uses. And I have baking soda, vinegar, and plaster of Paris. Neat. Is this planet even volcanic in nature? Are we kidding? Oh god, it's terrible. Terrible. Your baking soda volcano was much less impressive than you would imagine. Just kind of fizzes. It wasn't even a good one! Just kind of fizzes, and you don't explain it very well. It's pretty clear your dad helped. Oh. Should he use the aluminum and sand volcano? Ooh. Maybe next year. Oh, but I de-stressed. That's good. That's good. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, a few days' rest is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. Early dust. Do not make thermite at home, kids. Nope. So on Saturday, we're going to be reading the Anarchist Cookbook. No, we're not. Okay. Anybody to talk to? Oh. What are you up to, Dis? You're looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else. One of the younger kids, and they're blindfolded? Hey! They exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cirrus, one of Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done! Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close! Cirrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not his fault, Cal says. He didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec. I want to teach him how to play. Cal turns to you and Cirrus leaves. Sorry, Solana, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cirrus a new game. But he's more like Anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stops to pick up the blindfold, brushes off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games other than sports ball, he says. No winners or losers. I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks over at you hopefully. Do you want to learn how to play? Let me check my schedule. Yes. Cal smiles. Cal smile looks like he's gonna like it's gonna stretch right off his face. Radical! He shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first put on this blindfold. The blindfold is a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm gonna spin you around, and when I let go, you gotta listen to my instructions. We're gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod. You can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in his voice, and he spins you around and counts to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, Cal says, you gotta walk forward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instructions as best you can, or make things difficult for him? Do your best. You take 10 steps straight forward, holding your hands straight out for balance. The rocky dirt between the garden beds crunches under your feet. Yeah! Now, turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. Get it right. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. Oh, you're like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until your outstretched hand lands on the warm metal of the door. Success! Awesome, Cal says. You can't help but smile. This is fun. Now hit the door button on the right and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slowly, okay? You open the door and start to walk forward. The path slopes downwards and your feet slip a little bit, even though you're not moving as slowly as you can. Real dirt is nothing like the metal floors of stratospheric. It's turbo rocky here, Cal says, and you can feel uneasiness prickle up the back of your arms. Just keep going forward slowly. Can you trust him? You try to do as you're told, but after a few steps, your foot knocks against a sprawling root and you fall forward, catching yourself on your hands and knees. Ouch! You tear off the blindfold and the sudden rush of tears flooding your eyes. Cal's beside you in an instant, kneeling on the rocks. Are you okay? He asks. You look down at yourself. Your knees and hands are pretty scraped up, and your pride is bruised. But other than that, you're okay. Cal helps you stand. I'm sorry, Solana. I'll be a better helper next time. Uh-oh, sounds sus. I think he was trying his best. I just think, not every game is guaranteed. If this is a game, it's a skill issue, His and mine, I guess. He asks if you want to get some Watato juice at the cafeteria instead. You spend the rest of the afternoon brainstorming more games where there are no winners or losers. Brilliant. What's Mars up to? Solana, you're alright, Mars says as you approach. You blink at her, trying to figure out what she means. You're an alright what? At your stunned silence, Mars laughs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You're alright, she repeats. You actually have good taste, unlike all these other nullheads. Nullheads? That's a good one. I might keep that. Ever since we landed, it's been help with this, Mars, and don't waste resources on that, Mars. It's boring. At least you understand the importance of sophistication. You shoot the breeze with Mars a little bit. At some point, Disc sulks. Sorry. I need something to drink. Disc skulks out of the living quarters and has to pass by you both. Oh my god, I suddenly can't read. Clearly trying not to draw your attention. Ugh, where's he going now? Mars mutters to you, then raises her voice so Disc can hear. Try not to get eaten by aliens, she calls out to Disc. If you die out there, they can't use your body for fertilizer. Don't be a waste. Yeah, I get lost, Disc. I guess he is a little weird. Shut up, Mars. This is cool. This is... Disc scurries towards the walls, not looking back. It's not about being weird. It's just like he never wants to do anything with us. Doesn't he know he's making himself an outcast? We're all stuck here together, so get it together, Dis, Mars looks at her nails. He doesn't care about contributing to the colony or being popular or earning kudos or anything important. What do you contribute, Mars? Mars laughs and puts her hands on her hips. I contribute plenty, and you know it, Solana. People need someone to tell them what to do, don't they? Oh no. Command. Alright. What are we working? Okay. No. We're fine with no. We gotta do some study. We are going to study life sciences. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and up-and-coming chemists. Professor Hal welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what it's like, what I like to call the wet sciences. He gestures to his holo-projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You learn a little bit of everything with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. Sure, study. Well, I mean, if this is study. Goal 11. I think we can do that. Boom. We did it. Mid-dust. Now we're in lake dust. See if anybody has anything to say. No, we're good. I wonder if we can buy anything. Not yet. Deliver supplies gives us a little bit of everything. Look at that. Seek sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart. Stuff like tools and electronics. Some are high priority, which means you have to move fast. You did it. It's fun getting to yell, important delivery coming through, and people actually getting out of the way. Okay, another 11. This one we might not be able to pull off, actually. Oh, hang on. No, this, I can do this. Nope. I mean, that's not what I wanted, but... Sure. We did it. Boom. Early wet. It's the rainy season. I miss the rains down in Africa. It's pouring rain and everyone's trying to stay dry under the grass-roofed palapas. Everyone except Dis. Off in the distance, over at the wall near the sports ball field, he's definitely skulking. Just ignore him. Tell someone. Just... You tell Security Chief Rhett that you saw Dis up to no good and around being the garrison. Okay, I did not want to be a narc. I went to the cop. Ugh. He's too distracted trying to put buckets under various leaks in the roof to pay much attention. Thank you, Solana. I'll check it out later. He says, waving you off. If there's a danger to the colony, one of the lookouts will catch it. You're not so sure. You know Dis. He's very good at hiding when he doesn't want to be found. Alrighty. Make more deliveries, maybe. Actually, we haven't worked in here in a while. Shovel dirt. The greenhouse has different biomes inside. Did we already? There's a small pond in the seasonal garden with vertundal cattails. They look nothing like a cat's tail. They're more like frogs skewered on stakes. Ooh. Each has a cluster of little branches near the top, and if you touch them, they kick and wave feebly like tiny legs. Gross. The mud squashes under your boots as you wheel load after load of heavy compost. It's miserable to have to cart dirt around in the rain, but it's kind of peaceful at the same time. We're shoveling dirt. You're having a terrifying, familiar dream. A monster crashing through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it's wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something. Tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris, searching. You wake up shouting no, but your voice is drowned out by the deafening rumble of the skies above. The bedroom window is covered in water. It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be the rain, but you've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, then another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be a thunderstorm. It's still the early hours of the morning. You've already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with great peals of thunder like the footsteps of an angry beast. So about that rebellious streak, I don't know how to rebel yet. How am I supposed relationship with adults and okay, listen. I may not be the rebellious type in this game. It's fine. It's fine. Hide under the covers, run outside and play in the rain. There we go. Found some. I did something rebellious, and I minus my stress. It's surprisingly warm outside, and the water feels nice hitting your head. Everything smells fresh and damp and wonderful, and the dusty, packed ground has turned to squelching mud beneath your toes. You don't go too far from the door to your quarters, but it's exciting being outside in the dark, watching dramatic streaks of lightning arc down to the hills behind the colony. Mid-wet. Checking to see if anybody has anything. No. I have a stick. Who do I give the stick to? I don't know. You're paired with Nougat in practice. You make the mistake of underestimating her, and she wipes the pitch with you. Oops. 11? I think we can manage 11. So, I'm very interested to see if these are months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm very interested to see what this is. So it's late wet. Or maybe it's just those are the months. Like, wet is a month. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a month, it's a season. Doesn't matter. I'm very curious to see if the store is open yet. No. But I will deliver some supplies. You show up to the delivery depot bright and early, and most of the colony is still yawning and pawing around for their morning cup of blep tea. Blep. Blep. That's what I'm going to start calling coffee from now on. Blep. Seek is there with a large stack of white thin rectangles. Is that paper? Neat. So nostalgic. I'm a 10-year-old. I don't know what nostalgic is. We have hollow palms. Why use paper? That's terrible for the environment. It is. That's right. Power to the people. That's environmentalism equals rebellion. Child, there are more trees out there than you can imagine, Seek says in a patronizing voice. And they grow back. When you're older, you'll understand. And regardless, Governor Erdicott has requested it. She is sentimental for these things. I myself have traded in my hollow palm stylus for a pen. You're to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop, engineering. Paper? Dr. Instance is exasperated. The governor's sending messages by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself, and there's sensitive information in here of all the superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness. You back quietly away. Next stop, the cafeteria. Auntie Seaton takes the notice carefully with both hands. Paper! What a strange idea. And oh look! Governor Erdicott has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting they have. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I'm finished reading it, she thinks out loud. Throw it in a disassembler? Seems far too precious for that. Will I need to get a filing cabinet in here, I wonder? I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. Next up is Expeditions Office. I love this vest. I love this whole outfit. This is very cool. I dig it. I dig it. Tonin meets you out. Sleepy melatonin. We have enough trees to supply your empire until the end of days. Some British guy in Canada. Yeah. And these savages will work for beads. That's okay. We'll beat it out of them at some point. Tonin meets you outside. He's struggling under that get dark? He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears that whatever's inside wants out. Sorry, Solana, could you just put them down on that bench? I'll take them inside in a minute. Another surveyor overhears and laughs. The governor's sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? Are they on the 3 shell system? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up, and they fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding. Scramble to pick them up. You shove the papers back together haphazardly, embarrassed at your clumsiness. Refrain from saying, I can't anyway. Need organizing 20 or greater? Where's my organizing? Ah, close. My rebellious gains are getting wiped away. Bidets? You know what? When I get a house, if I ever get a house, I'm putting in a bidet. Because they are much more environmentally friendly than anything else. And they're great. When I went to Japan, there was like, the toilets there were amazing. I want a Japanese toilet. I'm importing a Japanese toilet. You dutifully... I don't know why it's not a thing here. I really don't. You dutifully deliver the remaining reports to Chief Rhett and your mom, who both seem confused they weren't sent via HoloNet. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. And a good delivery person. You feel proud and important for delivering all the messages just like you were told. Oh, interesting. I could have held on to the egg, I guess. +2 to a card. Is that a booster? Interesting. Okay. Oh, I wasn't as close as I thought. The days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. Oh, interesting. So, Vertunma must be on quite the tilt. One morning, you wake in the darkness and have to check your holopalm to know what time it is. You see a holostream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you can even call it morning. They've named it glow season because, like, everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I'm staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point even in going out if you can't see anything? It's going to be a long, boring month. No way, it looks cool out there. You peek out the window. The wormhole is there's a wormhole. So that's how we got here. The wormhole is the biggest you've ever seen it, like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing, iridescent blooms, and everything's full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls and gurgling roars. After Mars's message is a notice from the council, warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and the other surveyors have been called back, and the gates closed for the month. There's a tension in the air, as if everyone is waiting for something. Now we're into glow. Ooh, look at that. And look at my feet when I run along the ground. Wow. Well, no one has anything that... Most people aren't even outside. Not much happening. Let me talk to Mom. Solana! Your mom stops you as you walk by. What are you doing out of your quarters? It isn't safe out here. Doesn't seem very dangerous. Rebel. She narrows her eyes. What you should be afraid of here is me if you don't do what I say, Solana. We don't know what's out there this time of year, so you and the other kids are going to keep your butts in the ship. You know there's no sense in arguing when she makes that face. That face? Yes, we all know that face. As you walk away and are just out of earshot, you hear her mumble, "Stars, it is beautiful, though." I guess go to class. Oh, it's the living quarters. Relaxing in the lounge. I could go to class, maybe. Do some learning. What should I learn? I think my biology level is still pretty low. So let's go back to life sciences. And it'll add 15 stress. That's fine. Tang is absent almost all of this month. Hal explains that Chief Engineer Instance has asked for Tang's help with a few experiments. Because you're judged on what you know, not what you prove you've learned in class, many older students chose to skip class instead to get hands-on experience in the field of interest. Tang's been working closely with Instance since she was just a kid. The month of glow when radiation comes out. 10. Nope. I can do 10. Nope. Wait. push through? Yeah, I might as well. It's daytime when the emergency sirens start up. Well, what passes for day. It's still nearly pitch black except for an eerie green twilight glow on the horizon. You look towards the gate. They're open. Wait, they shouldn't be open. That's more than open. 50 stress. Oh. The alert blares out of every speaker in the colony. It's the same one you used for hull breaches and fires. And in space, it meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Vertunma, it means go to an assembly point and wait for instructions. The closest assembly point is the children's crèche, but from the opposite direction, you hear shouting and loud popping noises. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? Help fight? You try your best to be brave and fight back. First you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back to the crèche. Then you head outside to get your bearings. Bravely helping to fight. I got a stick. You can hear yelling from up the stairs to command, and a commotion to the southeast at Geoponics where your parents are working. Go to Geoponics. Your parents are defending the greenhouses from a pack of knee-high creatures, which seem to have eyes growing all over their bodies. Their oily flesh ripples with a constant, subtle motion as the individual eyes blink one at a time, incessantly. You can't tell which end is which with these horrible things. Cal is standing nearby, wide-eyed. He slowly picks up a shovel and moves beside you. He reluctantly holds the shovel in front of himself like a weapon. Easy, doggies, he whispers. We don't want to hurt you. Get out of here, both of you. Run! Your mom shouts, attracting the pack's attention. All except one animal, which moves straight towards you and Cal. Figure out what it wants? Is that an option? Can we keep the doggies? They don't sound like doggies. You look into its too many eyes and see fear. This creature is scared of you. To Cal's amazement, you crouch down to try and look less threatening, and choose two eyes at random to look into, to communicate with. You start to reach out a hand, but the creature is trembling. Staring into its eyes has made it even more frightened than before. It pounces. Defend yourself. Defend yourself. Heroic, you're still pumped from the last attack. Stressed out, you're too stressed out and need to take a... You can't do anything but relax. Okay, well... Okay. No. Nope. I think that's the best roll we can do. -2 from playing sports ball. -4 from playing sports ball. So that gets me an 8. That gets me a 7. That gets me an 8. Interesting. Okay, let's roll with this. Oh, that was a very good move. Pro gamer move. Oh, yes. I think we're Gucci. Whoops. Yep, we did it. Super goal! Let's go! +2 to combat. That was it. Oof. Oh, I got plenty. I got 25 kudos and gained memory. Facing the eye beast. You killed it. With nothing but a rake thrust deep into several of the creature's many eyes. The rest of the pack scampers off the moment it falls. You've never killed anything before. The body of the creature was so terrifying a minute ago now. That was so terrifying a minute ago, now looks strangely small and harmless. All of its eyes have closed for good now. Cal crouches beside it, in shock. I told you to run, Solana! Uh-oh. Your mom looks furious that you put yourself in danger. She storms over and you think she's going to slap you. Then suddenly she pulls you into her arms and hugs you. She keeps rocking you and saying, my baby, over and over. It's pretty surreal. Almost as weird as the dog things with the eyes, honestly. After 2 weeks of darkness, with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed. This time. Childhood is fleeting. The game will end when you reach age 20. So you should focus on new skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends button at the top left of the screen to keep track of them. Good luck. Well, age 11. I'm going to do some talking and then I'm going to go rest because I got to deal with this. Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. She points toward them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing in biology class. The books say it was what sets us apart from the animals. Like, we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes. And if we're too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Yeah. Maybe the animals have neat adaptations. Tangent rolls her eyes at you. Maybe. But even if they do, I haven't seen any sign of intelligent life here. Just those big dumb xenofauna. Yeah, animals are super dumb. Some animals here are smart and friendly. Tang looks skeptical. Is it so her full name is Tangent, but then you shorten it and I say Tang. So it should be Tange? Tange looks skeptical. They're still animals, Solana. Maybe they're just pretending to be nice so you'll feed them. You're lucky they don't. It didn't eat you. She folds her arms. Dormsmith looks cute, but one can. Dorbsmoth look cute, but one can eat through a bag of rice in less than 30 minutes. Even an herbivore can be dangerous. Here. It doesn't can even be dangerous here. That comma's weird. It doesn't have to want to eat you to be able to hurt you. Together, you watch as the foreman pulls the blueprints from the scaffolding onto the floating screen of her holopalm and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that, Tange says, primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She'd be right at home in the Holy Empire. So, damn Xenos. She puts one finger to her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, she says. All of us are, really, with our genetic enhancements. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic superspecies. Tange is looking for promotion to the Ortesinos? Yeah. You need some time off? I know. Relax. Okay. Talk to Dad. And then I can go rest. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you, looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? I'll sleep when I'm dead. Maybe I just need a hug? Hug me, Dad. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in here, Tiger Butter. Tiger Butter? God, I love this guy. After a long hug, you do feel a little better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. Alright, well, I do need to go rest. Rest in the lounge. You nestle in some cushions, close your eyes, and listen to music. You have an archive of over 100 years of music to choose from, but still, you wonder what new songs they're writing these days, 10 million light years away from Earth. The only new music you've heard is what the adults have come up with a new is when the adults have come up with a new space shanty. Space shanties. I love that. It's nice, good music for harmonizing with your friends as you work, but it's not really something you want in your ears all the time. Space chanties. Do you want to forget? No, I don't want to forget either. Was that... Do I zero out? Yeah, perfect. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up with an enthusiastic shout of surprise! A Vertumen year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is the second month of quiet. Ah, so those individual things are individual months. Okay, cool. Second month of quiet. I should go work on... Yeah. Cool, okay. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle in with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of the bed. Bobber fruit. That doesn't look suggestive. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick, at least. You think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. So, the way I'm thinking about that is blue, as in blue Powerade, or Gatorade, or whatever. Blue. Right? We all know that flavor. But lemony. Sure. I'd be down with that. Canonically in 40k, Orcs Free Bodas sing space shanties. That's awesome. Are any of them, have any of them been written down? Are any of them canon? Do we have them in audio form? Can I learn them? I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. You know what else? Who knows what else you'll find? Solana is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually... your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know. Not with everything we know is out there. I know they show up in the Battlefleet Gothic games. Cool, cool, cool. Sang in terrible Cockney accents. Less cool. You knew about the monsters and admit it. The attack was scary. I helped. I was a hero. Don't even start. Your mom snaps. You should have been in the crutch with the others, not putting yourself in danger for no reason. You don't get it. You know your mom wasn't a farmer back on Earth. She was a fighter too. She's such a hypocrite. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett offers self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know, even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop in sometime. Perfect, I was actually going to do exactly that. Your mom gives you a stern look. And I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the walls, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. I'll do what I want. Mom! It's probably not that dangerous. What? Me? Never. Oh, I thought it was being caught. Yeah, you better never. Your mom retorts, crossing her arms. Trying to make your mom feel better. Early quiet. Let's make sure no one has anything to say. Hate this. Okay. Let's go learn some combat. Defense training. You attend your first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. Figures. This little... I'll blow shit up. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along, thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Yeah! Oh, easy there, Dynamite. He points at the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. I'm the only way, and the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for demonstration? Step forward. Huddle with Anemone for strength. Let's go. +1 to bravery. Yeah. The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Red is like the biggest adult you know, and he's so intense. You step forward and Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay, he says. I'm a manticore, stalking you through the forest. What do? I run away. I run away or I kick him in the face. Am I a manticore? What is a manticore? Like a manticore from Legend does not seem to fit. Like, is kicking it? That's like saying, am I a brown bear or a black bear? Very different responses, you know? Chat, kick it in the face or run away? While I have some of my drinky drink. I will use violence. Got it. Oof. You try to kick Rhett as he approaches you. He easily grabs your foot and flips you onto the mat. Ouch. Wrong. Use your brain, Solana. The first thing you do is call for help, then you run. Rhett grabs your forearm and hauls you off the ground. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Anemone still thinks you're... Actually, yes, that's exactly correct. Anemone still thinks you're cool for acting tough. She gives you another thumbs up. Hey. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't many that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons, with a few plas rifles. You hopefully don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. Defense training. Card becomes physical, red. As you get older, challenges can have conditions. The challenge suit, social, mental, or physical, determines what conditions can appear and which deck will work best. Try to collect social, yellow cards if you want to win battles for social skills. Empathy. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, so if this card turns red, interesting. Interesting. The card turns red. So put this here. Put this here. 0. Whoop, no. Boom. Oh, the bobber fruit. +1 to a... Okay, cool. So I can change this... So +1 to a card and change the suit to brain. +2 to a card. +1 to challenges. Cool. All right. Oh, and I spent a kudo. Let's see. I really want the shop to be open. That's why I keep going back to this. View the notice board. Colony food shortfall. Colony security rating. So if I go work in here, will the food shortfall be? Construction crews are hard at work repairing the damage done during the last attack. Shovel dirt. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off it into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excitedly. Your hoverboard? Yeah, it's cool. No, he laughs. I mean, just this. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to his elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt, because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand in the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. Wait, he says. I just thought of a thing I like better. He shows you his splayed hand. Getting dirt under my fingernails, he laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. Interesting kid. I like him. Card becomes a 2. I mean, I could just... Oh, come on. Really? Like, unfortunately, because this is a 1... I'm gonna have to push through with stress, yeah. One worm. I thought after a year it would be open. Yeah. You meet your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit. His eyes are runny and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made him queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just the pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, cutting a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them, and they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. Sniff the flowers tentatively. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Solana, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick around in the quarters wing. Okay. Nanoprint some antihistamines? Yeah, I guess well, what, they don't have antihistamines? The quarters. The quarters are over here, right? Nope. I don't remember where the quarters are. Honestly, I don't really need to really chill out in the quarters. Still a problem there. Notice, please wear your mask when out of doors during pollen season. Ambient particulate may trigger runny nose, watery eyes, and mild cough. Dr. Instance. Please note that we will be hosting our annual Virtunalia. It's a difficult one. Virtunalia. During the second month of dusk. Yeah. It's been a while, but it's time to attend the meeting of the Secret Fun Times Club. Mars starting the SFC. Mars started the SFC years ago when you were little kids. Tangent and Tammy agreed to join at the time, but then you all got busy with other things and forgot about it. And then Tammy died. You meet in an unused conference room in command, which Mars says is perfect for a secret club. Club President Mars brings the meeting to order. Tange, Vice President of Writing Down Secrets, records the meeting notes on her holopalm. As Vice President of Fun Ideas, it was your job to come up with something for the club to do today. You chose making friendship bracelets, and brought all the supplies you'll need. Today, Mars announces, we're going to make friendship bracelets, and I have an even better idea. We're going to sell them to people for kudos. The hustle on this kid. Oh, love it. I love it. I love it. Reminds me of a certain someone. She really does remind me of her. Oh my goodness. This isn't really how kudos are supposed to be used, but Mars is hard to argue with sometimes. Mars is gonna grow up to be the bad guy. Yeah, and marry some nerd who streams. The three of you spend the afternoon braiding bracelets out of recycle. The three of you spend the afternoon. What, you don't know who I'm referring to? Come on. Come on. I know exactly who you're referring. You better. The three of you spend the afternoon braiding bracelets out of recycled bits of wire and bright plastic packing straps. Your hearts are really, really into it, though. All three of you know that Tammy would have been much better at this than you. Making friendship bracelets was one of her favorite things. She was always giving them to people and didn't expect anything in return. It's eventually Mars who calls the meeting early. She takes all your misshapen bracelets and looks at them dubiously. I don't know if people will want to trade their kudos for these, but I'll do my best. I'll put the kudos in the club treasury. Meeting adjourned. There's a treasury. Who's the treasurer? Probably Cal. You asked Tangent if she thinks Mars is actually going to sell them. I think so, Tangent tells you. But the club doesn't even have a treasury. She'll probably just keep the kudos for herself. She doesn't seem to care. Get to work. Okay. Mid-pollen. I kind of wish there was like indicators that were like indicators would be good of what like if I didn't have to walk all the way around, but that's fine. Deliver more stuff, I think. Really, we didn't deliver supplies before. A lot of people don't like to leave their workplaces to come eat in the cafeteria. So every day around lunchtime, you get to go around the colony and deliver steaming hot meals to people. This is the best because seeing you means it's time to take a break. You think Mars is going to let resources out of her grasp? Absolutely not. Yeah, nothing like that doesn't change anything. Oh well. We're pushing through. That's actually a nice little option. It's like if you're one off, you can like, you know, we'll deduct some stress. You finish breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you, eating cereal. No, I want cereal. She says, turning her nose up at you. I bet you don't even know what day today is. Your birthday? No, you dummy, she exclaims, swatting your shoulder. My birthday is the first month of wet season. You better remember that. Learn Mars' birthday. Ha! Today, she announces to the room, is St. Valentine's Day. Dis and Cal wander over to hear more. Oh no, she's gonna corrupt some kids. Back on Earth, Mars explains, it was the day when everyone had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. Yeah, their best friends. Yes. And then when you put the sweets under your pillow, it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. Sure, kid. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Pigs? Oh, the cupids. Oh, those fat little kids. The cupids. Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Dee snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back, well, nobody was going to pick you anyway, you stink. Valentine's Day sounds like fun. I I know who my best friend will be. No, I'm not saying that out loud in front of 2 people. Are you kidding me? Valentine's Day sounds like fun. Cal nods, clapping his hands excitedly. Coward, shut up! Even at 11 years old, I'm not gonna out myself. I'm gonna tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day, or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Oh, good. We didn't have to actually do anything. Woo! Mars has clearly been waiting for someone to come at... Oh, no. This is it. Mars has clearly been waiting for someone to come and ask her to be their BFF. But she's trying to play it cool, looking expectant and nonchalant at the same time. She's tapping her foot while kind of idly looking around at nothing. Mars looks totally hurt for a second. I'm booked anyway. Okay, we can still go back. Who the hell am I gonna choose? Not these. No. 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 Cal! But Mars is like... This means a lot to Mars. And none of these other kids are gonna... Like, oh god. No one's choosing Mars. I knew it. She hums, opening her holopalm. Let me make sure I didn't promise too many other friends already. She pokes at her holopalm. Like the others have people. They have like their brothers or this. Like they have. Mars is alone. You know. She pokes at her holopalm, holding it so you can't see what she's doing. Let's see. You have a lot of good qualities that I'm looking for in a best friend. Yes. I think of all the kids who applied, you're the most qualified for the position. Oh, nice. Okay, Solana, I choose you as my best friend. Neat. You remember the thing about the candy and fish some soy sweets out of your back pocket to offer. They've gotten a bit soft and warm. What flavor are they? She asks, holding each one up to the light to appraise it. Ooh, agreed fizz. Those are rare. Then she surprises you by handing you an entire bar of chocolate. Chocolate? Okay. Chocolate is like... You can't make chocolate here. Chocolate. A whole week's rations wrapped in like a present in a scrap of iridescent cloth. Holy. Wow. Marzipan always remembers her friends, she says, nodding benevolently. Oh, thank you, my queen. We did it. We did it. Cal, I was going to choose you. Cal is doing some... Stick! I found stick! Cal is doing some stretches in the open area of the garden. One of my mom's boyfriends is teaching me yoga, he says, looking at you from upside down. I can already do child pose and downward dog. He flops over and lies on his back. This one is my favorite, though. Fruit or stick? The problem is I don't know what they would like. There's no indication of what they would like. See? Likes and dislikes. I guess I have to choose. If I wanted to give them a gift, bobber fruit or mushroom log. I think either could be an option. You know? He likes things that grow. You know? The log is just a log, I guess. I think I want to go with the bobber fruit. I'm gonna try the bobber fruit. Yeah, that worked. Likes blue bobber fruits. Ha! Food! Yeah. Cal grabs the fruit out of your hands and remembers his manners. He gives you a big hug. Thanks, Alana. I'm starving. How did you know? Nice. Okay, no one's gonna like the log. Back to work, I guess. Find one of the doggos and give it the stick. Mars has asked you to recruit some new members for the Secret Fun Times Club. Who do you approach about this fun, exciting opportunity to make friends and be your own boss? Is this an MLM? All doggos like sticks. This is true. I can't choose anybody but Cal. I was going to choose Cal. It was either going to be Cal or Anemone anyway. Cal listens patiently while you explain the rules of the club. It's a good thing you got in early. Figures she would run an MLM. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Cal listens. See, she already has us making product. Cal listens patiently while you explain the rules of the club. He says, when you get to the part about the pledge, you have to say to join. I don't know if I want to say, like, humans are the best, he continues. What if we changed this so it was more ambiguous? Like, humans are really cool. I mean, humans are great, but animals are good too. It'll take some politicking, but you think you can convince Mars. Oh, one more thing, Cal says. What about Anemone? She's really cool too. If I'm in the club, she should defo be in the club too. Hard to argue with that. Looks like you got a 2-for-1. Boom! Let's go. Winning. This is called winning. Anemone and Cal are both at the next meeting and very excited to be part of the group. Mars looks excited to have more people to boss around. Yeah. Anemone can be vice president of kicking stuff. Very much fits her. Mars announces, for if we need extra security or like if we need to open a door and can't use our hands. Cal already building a layer below him. Yeah, exactly. You know what this reminds me of? There was an episode of TNG, of Star Trek The Next Generation, where the ship was hit by a filament something. Anyway, the ship was disabled and different parts of the crew were trapped in different parts of the ship, and the Captain Picard, was trapped in a turbo lift with 3 kids who had won science fair projects in Picard Day, which was a thing that Riker did to piss Picard off because he hates kids. Picard hates kids, not the other way. Not Riker. Riker's fine with kids, but he's like, this will really piss the captain off. We're gonna do this Picard Day. So Picard chooses 3 finalists who he has to give a tour of the ship. They want to go to the battle bridge. They can't go to the battle bridge. They end up going to the battle bridge at the end of the episode. But yeah, they're stuck in the thing. So it's like you can have first officer, science officer, and then there's like this one scraggly little kid who's like, what about me? And he's like, well, I can't have a third officer. That's weird, But I mean, you could, but then it's like just like third officer, not very interesting. He's not going to help with his self-esteem because at that point they were about to all die. So he tells this kid, he's like, your project had to do with radishes, right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, fine. So I'm gonna make you executive officer in charge of radishes. And his face lights up. He's like, yes, I love radishes. So radishes are the shit, dude. So yeah. So that's how This is reminding me of that. Cal will be vice president of transportation. Who's the president? Anyway, vice president of transportation. Oh, she's the president, right? Vice president of transportation. Mars continues. Cal pulls out his hoverboard and grins. That'll be useful if we need to get somewhere fast. See, he's driver. This baby driver. Or if only one of us does, anyway. He can deliver secret messages, too. Cal made out pretty well. Mars makes them raise their hand. Do you promise to always be cool kids and do fun stuff together and never tell any adults about the secret Fun Times Club? Cal and Anemone agree readily. I solemnly swear, as a member of the Midnight Society. Okay, card becomes 2. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Nope, that's worse. That's fine. I win. Organization, perception, got some kudos. Still have nowhere to spend the kudos. How are we doing? Oh, Cal. Hold this to your head now, my darling. You hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs at you as you approach. Hello, Solana. Tira greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry. Recalcitrance just took a tumble off of something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom! Cal complains. Wasn't that bad? Yeah, that sounds like something he'd do. Cal shrugs. I climbed it before and it was fine. He said not to agree with you. It was slippery from the irrigation misters. Misters? Misters. Oh, they missed. The irrigation misters, that's all. Mom always knows how to make it better, she says with a boyish smile. Even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. Sounds like my mom. I tried to explain to my mom the difference in how people communicate now with like how email and text and phone call and like chat, group chat, they all have different priorities and functions and things like that. So, because she calls all the time, right? And so even when it's just like hi, and like, Ma, why are you calling me, right? So she the one time I call her and she doesn't think it's important. She's like, this could have been a text message. Isn't that right? Isn't that what you told me? I'm like, yeah, you're right. Phone calls, I know. She still likes hearing my voice, that's the thing. She looks over at you. Don't let him show off to you, Solana. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Cal's strength. Look at this grin. This grin's gonna take on the world. This is a lady killer grin. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. How are we doing? Alright. I think we're just gonna, like... I think... one more, maybe 2 more, and then we gotta reduce stress. But I really want to unlock the store. And I figure this is the only way for me to do it. Food is still in the red zone. Crying out loud. Ah, is there anything nicer than freshly nano-printed supplies? They're so warm and have that new smell. 13. That's... Okay, that is the loan. Alright. It's time once more for Virtunalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year. Ever since the attack during Glow, though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations, this Virtunalia just feels different, in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Udicot's speech. What a year Virtuna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. Weedy? I don't know weedy. My sister used to text me, pick up, nobody's dead, when it really did need to be a phone call. Fair enough, fair enough. What's weedy? I don't even know. I'm sticking with the voice I'm doing. I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Fortuna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Oh, we get doggos. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There's a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers. Did you hear? My dad says Udicot's gonna announce the depot's opening to the public. Ah, finally. Okay. You shot her a questioning look, and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up? There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice-smelling soap. Not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes. But you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad No, I don't want to talk about economics right now. My dad gives me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. Really? Okay. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Udicot, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Udicot gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. The music starts up as Governor Udicot finishes. Thank you all for your hard work and your perseverance this year. She says over the ruckus, together we build a new future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Virtunalia Games. Just like last year, my nose is itchy. Sorry. Ugh. Why is my nose so itchy? Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair. Oh no. And bot wrestling. Now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? Bot wrestling, biathlon, or science fair again? Oh, definitely the science fair. Judging from my stats, Your competitor for the science fair is, predictably, Tangent. Her project is on the tensile strength of various building materials, concluding that mushwood is the best choice when you consider not just strength, but also sustainability and ease of use. The judges want to know what you've been working on. I'm afraid. Okay. Card gets +1. I get 3 cards on this one. 48. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Pretty good. 12 on my first run. Pretty good. For +1 for each unplayed card. So if I just put this, I get a 7. Ooh, that's bad. Okay. Should I hang on to these? No, I should play. Yeah, but I only get 1. But that's fine. Not great. Not great. Oh, wait. No. No, this is dumb. Set neighbor to this value. There we go. That's much better. 16's pretty good. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or that one gives me 16. This is a strong hand. This is strong. But it'll be weaker next round because I'll have to play more cards. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. Have to go with get 20. No real power-ups there. Rough. But I can push through. Let's do it. In secret. Let's go, Tangent. I'm ready for you. I haven't forgotten. Hang on. In secret, you've been working on a social experiment about delayed gratification. You've been sneakily studying the adults, taking notes on their snacking habits and their mood. You found that Seek and Dr. Instance rarely eat sweets, but Utopia and Antecedent do all the time. You correlate this with their attention span when you see them tackle frustrating problems. You know, problems you can control and repeat. Like if a child backtalks to them. Science fair champion. Boom! That's a big one, too. The judges are impressed with your methodology. Instance, perhaps, a little begrudgingly. They award you first place. Yay! -50 stress. Let's go. After the festivities are over, being a jerk to the adults for science. As it should be. Alright, festivities are over. Everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. Nice. And it brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with Deese, launching water-filled poof shrooms. Like an organic water balloon? I love that. Down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax. Much quieter than the lounge. If you're looking for some solitude, unlock relax on the walls of the garrison. Cool. Alright. We are going to do some shopping. Actually, let's see if anybody wants to talk. Nope, pretty good. We are going to go shopping. Visit the supply... Actually, nope, still bad. Visit the supply depot. Oh, we buy cards. Look at that. It's just cake. Okay. +5 animals, +1 to all flushes. +5 persuasion, a bonus to, 1 bonus to pairs. And gardening trowel, +5 to biology, bonus to straights. What have I been getting a lot of? So the straight... Okay, so remind me. Remind me. Straights are the ones... Okay, hang on. I don't remember what's what. Straights? Poker terms. Straights. Flushes. So straights are all the same. Type, like the. I guess this one would be the color, right? And what was the other option? I know what a pair is. What's a flush? A flush is... A flush is a hand that contains 5 cards, all the same suit. No, that doesn't fit. Card types. Card orders that will increase your hand's value. So a flush is when 2 cards of the same color get placed next to each other. And a straight is when at least 3 cards get placed next to each other in ascending value from left to right. Oh, flush. Because we get mad flushes. But persuasion's big too. Persuasion's always a very important skill in RPGs, yes? And we get pairs. We get pairs and we get flushes. Right? Yes. We're going to go with pairs, I think. Yeah, we're going to go with this. We're going to buy this. Oh, and it doesn't take up a turn. That's great. That's great. What should we do? You know what? Let's... Where do we learn this? Like, not there. Where do we learn empathy, persuasion, creativity, and bravery? Like, where do we learn that stuff? Not there. There we go. Study humanities. There's some sort of emergency in engineering that requires Hal's attention. So today's class will be taught by the ship's artificial intelligence, Congruence. Good morning, Congruence chirps. Today we're going to talk about the formation of the Vertunma group and our decision to leave Earth. It is a very exciting topic, and we think you're finally ready to hear about it. Let's begin. You know how it started. Economic and environmental instability, coupled with deeply entrenched hatreds, had thrown the Earth into chaos. No. Really? Shock. Shocked. Shocked, I say. No, I'm not that shocked. And you know how it ended. In the chaos, your parents formed the Vertunma group with a plan to leave Earth. 20 years later, they and their starborn children, you, slid through a wormhole and ended up here, on the planet you call Vertunma. But there's so much you don't know. Congruence pulls up a hollow projection of an unassuming human with a firm maternal gaze. This is Planktonic Ascendance Wang Botha Schmidt. That is a heck of a name. Planktonic Ascendance Wang Botha Schmidt. She says, the spiritual leader of the Vertunma movement. They were what people called a speculative fiction writer. A speculative fiction writer? Did we just follow like a Scientologist? Did we just follow L. Ron Hubbard into space? Oh no! All right, we're leaving that alone for now. They were what people call a speculative fiction writer. Vertunma Project proved that that their writing, though speculative, was far from fiction. Wait, a sci-fi author? Okay, because I'm not the only person. Yes, Congruence tells you. Their best-selling novel, Life Beyond the Einstein-Rosen Bridge, told the story of a fictional utopia on the other side of the real-life anomaly at the edge of the solar system. Firstly, a wormhole randomly opening at the edge of the solar system. Okay. Why? Scientists have been investigating the wormhole for years, but it took a poet to imagine we could travel through it. No, that's just not how that would go. Wang Botha Schmidt, I do love that name. Wang Botha Schmidt's writing. His name is my name too. No. Writing centered around the idea of humanity building a technological utopia on another world. Translated to 100 languages, this was a compelling idea to 100 languages. Wow. Okay, maybe this is the L. Ron Hubbard idea. This was a compelling idea to people at the time, so fans started connecting in VertSpace, in the Cloud Arc. Far from just a book club, these people bonded over mutual aid, amid the increasing unrest in their own countries. They were committed to Wang Botha Schmidt's idea of a future where everyone is treated equally without prejudice. I love the AI's hair, by the way. But they realized it couldn't be done online, Congruence tells you. They committed to social justice. Though committed to social justice, the group saw the impossibility of forming a truly egalitarian society while also reckoning with their own implicit biases and the diverse contexts of their real lives. They realized that this was the work of generations, and the solutions must look to the future, as Wang Botha Schmidt did. So when people ask about, like, well, you know, I can imagine the world ending before capitalism ending, and what would come after capitalism, well, that's an open question. But it should be an open question, because the discussions that have to occur shouldn't just be like, Well, we're deciding it's going to be communism or something, right? Or Marxism or socialism or, you know, totalitarianism or whatever. It's not about just like a single group deciding, hey, by the way, because that's how we got capitalism, you know. That's how we got capitalism. That's how we got robber barons. That's how we got, uh, uh, yeah. Anyway, not to get too far down that rabbit hole, but this is a conversation that we need to have. If we really see egalitarianism as a justified and equitable goal, we need to give it guardrails to reach those guardrails, because people think that capitalism is egalitarian when it's clearly not. So we have to have the conversations of reckoning with our own implicit biases and the diverse contexts of what life is, right? Unless we answer that, we have no idea what's going to come afterwards, right? What should come afterwards. And it will be the work of generations, just like capitalism was. It didn't, we didn't get hit late stage capitalism, in a matter of generation, like in a matter of a decade or two. This has been cooking for a while. Okay, I've heard enough. Time for nap. So they got together. The image of a squat concrete building with a rooftop garden replaces Wang Bata Schmidt. Around the edges of the classroom, the holo projector gives the impression of towering walls topped with razor wire. The first Vertunma colony, Congruence tells you. Oh, this was bound to fail. 400 people volunteered to sacrifice their own cultural beliefs to walk through these doors, agreeing to come up with a new way of life that would be taught to their children. Babies were conceived from egg to sperm donors chosen by lottery and raised communally like you as the second generation of the Vertunma group. Okay, so they locked themselves into what I would imagine is an arcology, right? Interesting. Those babies were your parents. Wait, so it's some kind of cult? That's no. So it sounds what's the right word? It sounds drastic, but I'd imagine that would be called for at that point. So they mix their DNA, so they mix their cultures. Their DNA, babies were conceived from egg and sperm donors chosen by lottery and raised communally. Okay. So they mix their DNA, sure. So they mix their cultures. That's a more interesting question. The holo projection now shows the compound under siege. Okay, we're just skipping the question. As more colonies were founded, word got out about the Vertunma group's social experiments. The Congruence continues. Assimilationism was an unpopular ideology at the time because it had been used to commit terrible genocides on Earth. Okay. This, combined with panic that the Vertunma group was, quote, destroying the family unit. Oh, I can just hear Tucker Carlson now. Or raising an army of gene tech super soldiers. Brought the colony under attack from all sides. But cultural assimilation is horrible. Everyone fears what they don't understand. Cultural assimilation is horrible. Yes, it is. But it's not what they were doing, is the point. Everyone fears what they don't understand. The image of the burning compound was replaced with the stratospheric on a launch pad. Luckily, the next phase of the Vertunma project was ready to launch. 100 colonists were selected to leave Earth on a colony ship. Oh, so not everybody was on the ship. Interesting. To seed a far-flung corner of the universe with a new human culture. She smiles. The ultimate goal of the Vertunma group was you, children. She says, a generation raised completely unburdened by troubles that plagued Earth. Isn't that lovely? But how did they build the ship? What was Earth like when they left? So nobody on Earth was like us. So much information. What was like Earth when they left? Terrible. Congruence shows you some dire demographics. The institutions that had given people the illusion of safety were torn down, and war was rampant, both resource-based and ideological. Large parts of the Earth were rendered uninhabitable by climate change, pollution, and nuclear war, especially the critical food-growing regions of the world. Oh, okay. So I guess the Vertumen group weren't the only ones trying to escape, but as far as we know, we were the only success. But how did they build the ship? Orbital voyages were a hobby for the ultra-rich in an earlier century. Yeah. So there were several relics to be found in museums. The Congruence replies. The difficulty was not in acquiring a ship, but in making it spaceworthy and in the logistics of the launch itself. The group crowdsourced enough funding to purchase and repair the ship, Congruence smiles. As for logistics, well, you are speaking to the solution right now. I was acquired by connected group members, along with the gene tech that created you and your parents. The Stratospheric was the first manned vessel to navigate the wormhole at the edge of the solar system. Given the state Earth was when it left, it may have been the last. So nobody on Earth was like us? The Vertuna group members have a unique culture, Congruence replies. But it's formed from a combination of many heritages from Earth. Even the language you speak, Esperanto, was invented to bring people together. Acquired, yeah. This doesn't sound so much like assimilationism as it is like a purpose-built culture. You know? I don't know. Something like this, I'm not sure it would work. I'm not sure. I don't want to say no. I don't want to say yes. I feel like there are so many doubled for 3 months. Nice. I feel like there are so many things that could go wrong with something like that. It could lead to... There are some huge pitfalls. Absolutely. But the fact that, that Esperanto, interesting. And don't worry, Congruence exclaims. You've brought your best heritage with you. You're humans. Interesting. Okay. Gain memory, the Vertuna group. That's a heck of a picture. Your head is so stuffed with ideas it might burst. Professor Hall and your parents never mentioned this stuff before. They waited to tell you because they wanted you to grow up without feeling different based on your genetic makeup or family history. It's hard to imagine having a different culture than your neighbors. You wonder what it's like. Everyone's celebrating different holidays, eating different foods, speaking different languages. Are you missing out, or are you better without it, like the original colonists believe? It's hard to say, as the decisions were made for you so long before you were born. All you can do is be the best Solana you can be. This is true. You really can't do anything. I can probably forget some cards, actually. I'm going to go through some cards and then probably call it an evening. So, we can select, well, we can't sort, can we? Okay. So, cards like this, we can probably forget. Oh no, but we can't just dump cards, can we? We have to dump cards in the de-stress machine. But we want kudos. This gives us 5 kudos. Whoops. Nobody wants to talk. Okay, you know what? Actually, I think we're gonna call it there. Yeah. How are we doing for friends? Cal? Cal's a good kid. I'm 11. This kid's 11. Holy crap. Okay. No, I think that's it for now. New save. Okay. Wow. So that's... I do very much like this game. I do as well. It's, it leads to some very interesting thoughtful things. And I'm really, really interested to see where it goes. We will be continuing this game, probably keeping it on Thursdays. And so the idea is Tuesdays will be Destiny, Thursdays will be Exocolonist, and Saturdays will be Valorant. And once we're done Exocolonist, I don't think it's a long game, but once we're done Exocolonist or Destiny kind of like finishes its because there's sometimes when it's not that like the story's not really there or whatever, like after the seasonal content there's a few weeks where it's empty, we may choose something else. But after we're done Exocolonist, we're going to go back to Persona 5 when you're just grinding. Exactly. So it's like yeah there's usually like 2 or 3 weeks between seasons that there's just not really anything happening. There might be a seasonal event. There might be Iron Banner, but it's like, bleh. No one really wants to watch that. So, yeah, we'll play something else. We could have double Persona weeks. Who knows? Really depends. By the time in 10 or 12 or 13 weeks, we could be just playing Persona throughout the entire week. Who knows? But I do want to keep Valorant on the weekend. This weekend, I am on call, unfortunately, so because I had to cover for a coworker, and we got to, so you know how that, so well, I mean, I haven't done that as a VTuber yet, but you know how that is. To anybody who doesn't know how that is, if my phone rings, I gotta cut the stream short. So, Valorant may not be the best thing to play. We may play different modes that are shorter in Valorant. I think Spike Rush is like shorter rounds. So we may just stick to Spike Rush. Yeah. Good night. Good night, Andrew, and good night, Graven, and good night, anybody watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you again Saturday. And yeah, so there's the YouTube, so, links. Hang on. Go to my Linktree. There's YouTube. There's the charity. Well, I don't know how to spell charity. There you go. There's that. There's all that. So, yeah. I really got to work on these endings. Anyway, take care, and I will see you Saturday. Good night.